Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, it's Saturday before Father's Day. Hey, I want to do something kind of interesting. You know what? I think the world of my dad. Most people do. He made me the man I am, pretty much. But I started thinking about it, and I would like to, not only for Father's Day, I would like to honor the men of my life that made me who I am. And I came up with a list of the top 10. And let's start from the top. And if you know any of these guys and you can tag them or you can show them this video, I would greatly appreciate it because honestly, these fellas made me who I am and put me where I'm at. All right. I'll try not to get choked up because they mean that much to me. Let's start out at the top, number 10. If you're from Carrollton, you might know this fella, Paul Mills. Crazy Paul Mills. I worked with him at Hall Machine Company right out of high school. Oh my gosh, this dude worked. Oh, we went to Canton, to Raft Road, to a facility up there that we had to install this big lathe and everything. And it was Paul and I. And I'm like a snot-nosed kid, like 19, maybe 18. It's somewhere in that ballpark. Knew nothing. Knew nothing. And Paul's like, all right, we got to jackhammer out this concrete. I got an air jackhammer. Let's get on it. Here's Paul, like 60-some years old, and or whatever he was. And him and I, like a week on a jackhammer. Kicked my butt. And then he's like, oh, big crane up there. Yeah, the big one in the belly. Go sit in the belly and move this 70,000-pound chunk of steel. And I'll sit down here and tell you over this way and this way and up and down. And I was like, I never drove a crane. He's like, get up in there. You'll figure it out. And I was like, okay, here we go. And I did. Paul Mills, if you're out there, you made a big impression on my life. Thank you. Great guy. Number 9, my junior and senior year teacher, Mr. Boron, Leo Boron, vocational school, Buckeye. Oh my gosh. I went down there my junior year and I was like, I'm taking machine trades. I want to be a machinist. And I was like, I don't even know what a micrometer is or how it works. But you know what? That man was great. When I come out of there, a senior, I was able to design and machine like gears and threads and all kinds of cool stuff. And honestly, Leo, you put me right here where I'm at because you put the foundation in my head to allow me to run with my crazy ideas. So if you're out there, Leo, and you see this, huge thanks, buddy. You brought a lot to the table. Happy Father's Day. Number 8, my father-in-law, Gene Dunlap. God bless him. He's in heaven. Great guy. And you know what? He had a lot of crazy quotes. And if you're up there, Gene, thanks for being a great father-in-law. I always got your little girl's back. Anyways, I'm sorry. All right, back to reality here. Sorry about that. You know, I was raised in the 80s where a man was a man and you never showed your emotions, didn't you? You know. But anyways, let's get back to it. Thank you, father-in-law Gene. No worries, I got your little girl. No worries. All right, here's another fella. Met this guy years ago when I started at Jeannie Garage Door and Lines. Jim Stottsberry, number 7. Jim's in heaven. Great guy. Jim was one of these guys that he could take any project and engineer it into this contraption that was just so smooth and unique and over the top and just cool. I mean, he worked with the production side of things, and they would have to make an assembly line something or other, or automation, or something. And he would design up all this crazy stuff and build this stuff. And he was just this amazing fella. And I learned so much from him over 14 years of being up there at Jeannie. It was ridiculous. I mean, it was crazy because I don't have a full-blown college degree. I've got a bunch of classes behind me and everything in a 2-year vocational degree in machining. And I'm not a mechanical engineer, but my whole background's mechanical engineering. I work with some of the best mechanical guys you could imagine. And I was a sponge. And this was from like 21 to like 35. I mean, like in my prime. And I sucked up everything I could possibly suck up with these guys. But Jim Stottsbury, number 7. Hey, and while we're talking about Jeannie, let's go to number 6, Nick Dragemeyer. He ran the little machine shop, the specialty machine shop. They called it the model shop at Jeannie. This guy was amazing. Everything they threw at him, everything, he'd machine it. He'd make it. He taught me how to form sheet metal and do the bend calculations and stuff and little tricks and stuff. And I don't think Nick ever knew how much of an impression he made on me, but he did. And he's in Alliance, lives in Alliance, I believe. He's still up there somewhere off like Beeson or something. And great guy. If you know Nick Dragemeyer, you see him, you tell him I said thanks, Nick, and happy Father's Day. Let's stay at Jeannie. Another fella, and I know this guy's out there. I know he's on Facebook, so you might be able to tag him. Greg Williams. Greg Williams was a mechanical engineer. Graduated from Akron U. Greg's got to be about 10 years older than me. Great guy. Great guy. My whole 14 years there. I worked really, really close with Greg on a lot of projects. And I was a total sponge to him. Total sponge. One of the sharpest guys I know from a mechanical standpoint. In fact, I don't know, can you see it? See that thing right there? That garage door opener? That was one of my first projects I worked on at Jeannie, and that was with Greg Williams. And he did a big part of the design in that, along with Nick Dragemeyer and along with Jim Stottsbury. And I did a lot of testing of the prototype of that guy. And it was really, really, it was cool. I mean, cool. I mean, there's plastic gears in there, and there's a worm gear, and there's lots going on. A lot of testing, a lot of smarts went into that. And Greg, if you're out there, dude, thank you for everything you brought to the table. And I sucked it up like a sponge, and I learned it all. All right. That's weird. That's my alarm system saying something's coming down the driveway. And it set off 2 sensors. Not 1, 2. And there's nothing coming down the driveway. Ha! Maybe that's my relatives in heaven saying, yeah. Anyways, let's get back at this. All right. Number 4. Gary Henry. He was my scoutmaster in my teens. What can I say? Mr. Henry taught me a lot. Just a lot about everything, you know. Integrity and growing up and just everything. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Henry. Number 3. Other scoutmaster, Butch Swinehart. If you know Butch, everybody knows Mr. Swinehart. Hardcore dude. I remember him chewing my butt one time because I did something stupid. Imagine that. We were on a camp out. And I tell you what, that man made such an impression on me that it literally changed my whole life. Thank you, Mr. Swinehart. I appreciate everything you brought to the table for all those years I was in Scouts and you were a Scoutmaster. Thank you very much. All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes of things here. Number 2, my grandpa, James L. Barnes, in heaven. Been there quite a while. Miss him. Thank you, Grandpa. Oh, what's up with my camera? See how it's jerking around? But my shop here. This is Grandpa's old shop that I redid. This is Grandpa's property. So, and I've been told that I look like Grandpa. I guess I do. I guess I kind of do. But what can I say about Grandpa? He did everything. You know, he was Grandpa. I mean, this was the guy that when I was like 5 years old, I went to his house and spent the night. He did it all the time. You know, that's what you do. You go to Grandpa's. You spend the night with Grandma and Grandpa. And I remember it was like Friday night or Saturday night. I don't even know. And I would say, oh, I'd like to have a treehouse, you know. And the next morning I get up and I'm eating breakfast at whatever time it was. Grandma made breakfast, you know. And Grandpa comes in and goes, oh, hey, buddy. That's what he calls, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, I got something for you out here. When you're done eating, I want to show you. We go out there, what's he do? He gets up at like the butt crack of dawn, and he made me a tree house in the back tree on the back of their house property. It was so cool. It was so cool. That's just how Grandpa rolled. He's just cool. Grandpa, I know you're in heaven. I know you're digging what I'm doing. Thank you. And last but not least, Pops. Everybody knows Pops. If you bought stuff off me, you know my dad, Harold William Potts Jr. Bill. Thanks, Dad. I don't even have to say anything. I am what you made me. Integrity, hardworking, treat people like you'd want to be treated, fair, honest, you know, the whole 9 yards. All right, everybody. Just wanted to say happy Father's Day to you all out there, and thanks for what you brought to the table. And I have no idea why my camera is doing the jittery thing. Maybe that's my relatives up there going, you did all right, Pottsy. Maybe not. Maybe they're going, hey, you need to do a little better. All right, got to go. Happy Father's Day. Thank you, everybody. We're out of here.
Get off the couch, cubby.